Staying up. I'm wilding out. I'm leaning in.
Hey guys, we have the brand new kind of Spystellar MI520N, which is kind of an upgrade of the Spystellar MI520 with a couple of differences, but otherwise almost identical spec sheet. You see, this guy also comes in a almost similar compact box, albeit a slightly different design than the 520. You have the phone out here, again identical to the 520, powered by KitKat, same as 520, HD IPS 5-inch screen, again identical to 520. And then you have some of the quick specs out there. You see three colored panel, red, yellow and white. The 520 is to come in red and yellow as far as I know. Same 1.3 GHz quad-core processor, same Mali 400 GPU. You have a 5-inch IPS one glass solution display that is full laminated for reduced reflections. You would see that the MRP here is 9999, but the MI520 is currently selling for under 8,000. So we expect when this device comes out today, it will also be priced similar, the MOP that is. So on the back side you have some quick specs. I see run power on KitKat and 5-inch screen and 1.3 GHz processor and 2000 mAh battery, and that is the single most important difference between the 520 and the 520. And the 520 had 4 GB of ROM, and essentially the 520N, that N could just denote new or something like that, that has an upgraded double the amount of flash memory but the same amount of memory here, RAM. You also have microSD card support that extend to 32 GB, same as the 520. Same dual SIM card slots support with both SIM cards supporting 3G connectivity, same 8MP autofocus, 2MP fixed focus, and there you see the microSD card support and some of the pre-installed third-party apps. So you're gonna quickly go ahead and open the sticker out here and show you what's in the box. So once you open this, you get to the 520N, and all of you who have seen the 520, you won't be surprised at all. In fact, you won't feel any difference at all because there are no differences on the outside. We'll come back to the device just in a bit. We go further in, and first we get the white back cover, which nice black buttons out here, plastic, cool. And then you get a free screen guard, and then your USB 2.0, micro USB 2.0 data cable. You have your earphones, which are kind of in-ear types, no volume control, but you have mic L and call control. Silver plated audio jack. You have a 1 ampere wall charger, 2-pin round adapter. You have the 2000 mAh battery, and then your warranty card, I guess some quick start guide here, an authorized center, and then your quick start guide here. Then Spice does not stop there. What it does, it goes and gives you another color panel. Now you, as far as I know, I could be wrong, but as far as I know, you did not get these different color panels with the 520 here, although the default color panel that comes with attached to the body is red, but you instantly get options of the white as well as of the yellow one. That's not all. How you delight your customer, this is how. Spice also actually provides you a flip cover that refuses to open, which is slightly grayish in color, and it was already open. My bad. So it's slightly grayish in color. So practically in the same box you have 4 colors in that phone. How cool is that? And this one looks fairly premium. No leather. I guess it could be Rexin or something, but still, good enough quality. That's about the content of the box. There are lots and lots of goodies out there. It gets almost full marks. So there we have the Spystellar MI520N, which is identical to the 520. It's a body all made of plastic. It's not the thinnest device in the market. We don't know exactly the measurement, but this could just be close to 8.5 mm thickness, and also it's the usual weight, usual heaviness, close to could be 140 grams. And once you take this the protector off, you'd see it's a very glossy screen, and also even the back is very glossy, so both front and the back side would attract a lot of fingerprints. But then this model is aimed at young crowd, like consumer, so it gets that playful look, so you have all glossy, shiny, so it has its own appeal. And some people like matte, some people like glossy, but this certainly looks very playful and cool, vibrant colors, targeted at young and young at heart crowd. So you see it already attracts a lot of fingerprints. You have 5-inch screen here, HD 720p resolution. You have the 2MP front camera, fixed focus, earpiece, the notification LED light and sensors. Your soft cut keys, nothing much on the left side, nothing much here. You have the power button, the volume rocker, 3.5mm jack, micro USB 2.0 port. I don't see noise cancelling mics anywhere. And then you have the 8MP autofocus camera accompanied by an LED flash, the Spice branding, and then your speaker grill out here. And you will see that the back cover does not totally fit into the body. In fact, you see there are slight gap out here, if you can see, and it actually goes in. Yeah, so here it fits in perfectly. And that happens with plastic back cover at times. So you have the hole to open the back cover here, and it's a very quality, very tough and durable plastic back cover out here. Inside you have the 2000 mAh battery. You have 2 full-size SIM card slot. Both of these SIM cards supports 3G. That's a very good point. And you have a micro SD card slot which supports up to 32 GB. So usual specs overall, but for about 8 to 9K, I think this is a very good looking phone. I absolutely love the glossy design, the funky, shiny design for a change, and it also looks good in the yellow, by the way. The 520N has a 5-inch screen, HD resolution 720p, and it's an IPS glass, so you definitely have better viewing angle than the TFT, but not as good as someone like an AMOLED screen. For example, you see about at let's say over 70 degree, you start having discoloration on the screen, but it's much more than average and one of the better viewing angles out there. Also, you do not get to see much pixels despite of being a low-res screen. It's bright enough, although not exactly the crispest one. However, because it's an HD screen, it will eat up less battery than your full HD screens. Now I'm gonna check out some of the photos and see how they look. For example, we'll start with our color card, and I can see the saturation, the color palettes are actually displayed pretty naturally. They are almost fine, good enough. And if you go out here, you'll see even the details are preserved. Even if we zoom in to maximum, then also you can see the details are more than apparent. Good display. Even the blacks are actually quite nice. They are not exactly like AMOLED or like the clear black screen of Nokia, but still I think they're more than good enough. Yeah, so overall a satisfactory display. Now I'm gonna play video and I'm gonna see the viewing angle and some of the other things. You'll see when you have full brightness and the viewing angle increases considerably, obviously. Another good thing, you see, now the viewing angle is much better. So there are no fuzziness, no discoloration, nice metallic sheen on his shawl. So overall, I would say a very good display at this price point at least. The 520N is powered by Android KitKat, and you have Spice's own skin on top. So it's pretty much feels like the stock Android ROM all the way you add your widgets, the way home pages appear, the way the app dock appears, the notification bar and the quick function toggle bar, all are pretty familiar to the usual Android users. And you have these many apps out there. You have the usual Google Android apps like Gmails and your YouTube, Google Plus, etc. You also have some of Spice's in-house app, like for example this online backup and Spice Cloud. You have Spice Gang out there, and then some of the popular third-party apps like SwiftKey, which is by the way default keyboard in this handset. You also have things like they say Battery Doctor out there, Dropbox. We have installed Dropbox, it does not come preloaded by the way. And then you also have Quicker and QuickOffice, Hangama, OLX, Opera Mini, and some of those popular third-party apps, Yahoo Weather. Let's see, we'll go to the settings and we'll see how it looks like. And pretty much the stock, so not much customization of the stock UI, I would say. You can add this many accounts, and then when you go to storage, so it has 8 GB of ROM. Out of 8 GB you have about 2 GB here, and then in phone I guess you have about 2 GB here, that's the SD card, and about 3 GB here. So you have about 5 GB out of the 8 GB available, but of course you can have the micro SD card to extend the memory up to 32 GB. Your apps can install to the memory card if you have set the memory card as the default storage location. And then your let's see about phone out there. So let's go ahead and quickly check out some of the apps. So you have your pretty big dialer here, pretty usual. And now let's go and check out the keyboard. As I told you, the default keyboard is SwiftKey. I'm not gonna go too deep into it because this is not novelty, so everyone knows how SwiftKey operates and stuff. It's one of the best keyboards out there. So it's very good on Spice's part to have one of the best keyboards as the default keyboard. You also have Opera Mini and Chrome as your choice of default browser. It does not have its own browser. And then your camera, so that's your 8MP camera, you can see. Again, pretty usual stock like user interface, your shooting modes out there, is your on or off, your flash settings, and then the front camera, the front 2 camera out there, see? Yep. And so it takes some time, about 1.5 to 2 seconds, and then you can start your video recording from here. You can take stills while recording video. You can also pause if you want to keep a single file for all the recordings that you do, or else you can go ahead and stop and it will create a separate file. And then here are your settings, again pretty usual, and you can have 0 shutter, there's a continuous shot, and 8MP is max. If you have full size, then it comes down to 6MP. Yep. ISO auto, and then video quality high or fine or such. So now the lag reduces considerably. It's almost lag free now, you can see. So I've checked out the photo and video quality. They look more than decent under enough light. For an 8MP camera, the details are pretty decent. When you zoom them to 100%, you see a slight noise, but that's pretty usual at this price point, the sensors and all stuff. And under low light, the detail is not there, but still, if you have good enough artificial light, let's say inside a room or at a party, then this phone clicks pretty decent photos and videos. The videos are sharp enough. There's no fuzziness also, although they're kind of soft on the edges, but again, that's normal. So overall, we like the camera quality on this phone. It's more than decent, definitely usable, definitely uploadable on the social media site. May not be print quality, but definitely uploadable to Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and such. Even the front camera actually is pretty usable and quite wide, I would say. So I've observed three things mainly. First, the speaker sound is loud enough, maybe not for a crowded place like a metro or something, but it's loud enough generally. And the bass is also quite okay for such a small speaker on a phone. Even the treble is good actually. It does not crackle. Number two is that when I switched on the equalizers, the FX booster, the sound loudness reduced a bit, but then the bass becomes better. So it's your personal choice what you want. Number three is that even though the speaker grill was situated on the back side, even when we placed it on a flat surface, the sound was not obstructed much. It was obstructed to some degree because the sound became slightly flatter, but it wasn't obstructed altogether. You see, the bass is quite nice. So even the treble range, you can almost hear those notes, the vibration of the notes. Very nice. You can hear the vibrations of the notes. You can hear the notes going round and round, reducing the sound. Each note. Very nice speaker output. And we're gonna again check out our video. And here you'll also see even the surround sound is good enough. The vocals are brilliant.
That was my fist.
They are not digitally enhanced. They are not subdued by the surround sound. The vocals sound natural.
From the universe? From a messenger. Oh, yeah, of course. Our greatest masters artists.
So I could say the sound output is one of the best features of this phone. This phone lasted us about 11.5 to 12 hours of moderate to heavy usage. Not very heavy, moderate, the usual usage. But remember that we only used one SIM, so that's going to affect the battery life as well. If you have both the SIM active and talk on both the SIM, your battery life going to reduce considerably. But I would say as a ballpark, you can have about 11.5 hours. If you use both the SIMs, it might come down to below 10 hours. Which is again pretty decent for a 2000 mAh battery. We tested some gameplay and the benchmark. You can check out our dedicated videos about those. Its main competitor is gonna be, I guess, the Motorola Moto E, which is slightly almost the same price, and then the Asus Zenfone 5 8GB version, which is close to about 10k, about 3k more than this of or 2k, depending on what is ultimately priced at. And then also for about 6,000 you would get the Redmi 1S, which is set to discontinue soon. So how does it fare against those? I would definitely give it more marks than the Moto E, mainly because of the autofocus 8MP camera. The Moto E has a 5MP camera, which is a fixed focus camera. The Moto E's user interface is definitely faster because it's a stock ROM, but we like the user interface on this one as well, and the user interface is smooth enough for daily usage. Asus Zenfone 5 definitely has an edge over this phone, but that's also almost 50%, percent, 40-50% more expensive than this one. Redmi 1S would be almost neck to neck with this one. However, we like the vibrance color of the 520N, and you get a lot of goodies in the box out here. See, you do not even get earphones with the Redmi 1S, although that's only 6,000. So if you're looking for a really vibrant display, a big enough display, 5-inch display, you're looking for a good battery life, a decent camera, but a very good speaker output, then definitely you can go for this phone. But remember, it's all plastic and you're gonna have a lot of fingerprints around there, and it's also not the slightest one, but it definitely a very good looking device, mainly aimed at the younger crowd. If you like this video, please hit the like button, ask anything related to the 520N, and we'll try to answer them all. And please subscribe to our channel for more such awesome content in future. We also have a Facebook group which can answer all of your questions, the community, so please go ahead and join them. I have given its address on the description. Thank you.